Clouds TV, empowering lives.
Why does Bill Gates think that way? Right now amepatiwa barua Kenya a vaccinating ng'ombe zetu zote. Why will he want us to eat GMOs? What is his mission? Because he is a son of the devil. He wants to distort the plan of God. And why is doing this? He wants to, and then he is empowering young men and men to go to become gays and lesbians. He wants to stop the production that was created by God. Ndio watengeneze plan yake. Ukiona saa hizi roboti zinatengenezwa nyingi. Hata wamama wametengenezwa maroboti wazuri. Hata wanaume wametengenezwa maroboti wazuri. Unaenda kwa duka unachukua mwanaume unaenda naye kwa nyumba unanunua nani wako. And that is the main agenda ya kina Bill Gates na watu wake, to make sure. And when they bring GMOs, you die easily. When they are bringing all these vaccines, is to kill you. Because there is a plan, there is an agenda. And this agenda is that which they use. And that is what we call the witchcraft. The spiritual high level witchcrafts. I go deeper. Na hiyo ndio nataka tuzame, tuingie deeper into the world. Both ya kwa shetani na kwa Mungu, the spiritual realm. So that we can be able to access and understand what could be the challenges or what could be the problems we are facing in our lives. Because these are many things, tuko nazo, difficult things, mambo complicated, but we don't know how to unravel them. Fortunately today, as I had prepared my, nilienda kwa mlima na Mungu akaniambia zile vitu nitakuja kufundisha. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Watu wengi hapa, it's not that we have problem, it's not that we are sinners. We are not sinners. Most of us here, we are clean. Sio mimi sijisabu hapo. Mimi dhambi niko na nyingi. Kuna wengine hapa mko wasafi sana, clean. Lakini ile shida mko nayo, afadhali mimi niko na sin. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. They are always in charge. They do everything that is supposed to be done. They are faithful. They are tithers. They are givers. They do everything within their means. But they are poor of the poorest. They are struggling. Every misfortune is all around them. Why? We need to re-engage ourselves and understand and ask the questions. What goes wrong with we the Christians? We who are closer to God than anybody else, because sisi ndio tutaenda biguni, wengine wote watachomeka. Sasa utaenda biguni na umasikini na huja test life, na wale unasema watachomeka, anaendesha gari kubwa Mercedes, alafu unakuja unadanganywa na abiwa wachana na material thing. Material thing, nani alipatiana material thing? Ni shetani. Nani alipatiana material thing ndio kuja kuniambia ati ya gayarora ga material thing? Then why did God give you? Why were you created? Why was Garden of Eden created? The Garden of Eden was created with fulfillment. Everything in that garden was there. Fruits were there. Plants were there. Nice things were there. And the glory of God was still there. A Garden of Eden. I'm told that even the creation of Adam and Eve, Garden of Eden was there. So God had created the material thing before bringing the man. Even in that, you are created out of the soil. The soil is a material thing. So you are already a material thing. Then why do you run away from the material thing which you are? Hafu kujo niambia hapa tigana indo cia guku thi. Ati ucio ndikwenda Kenyabe cia guku thi. Twakinya ku iguru tu shall negotiate for there. Nenda makanisa yote ya Europe ya Catholic all over. I have been there. Nilienda na I'm going there again. And all the churches in Europe, they are temples zimejengwa na gold. Yani ugenyorero piremo uguo, piremo ya kanitha ke pira kira kirugamiti uguo umenyewe ikatwe upatiwe. Poverty inapotea kwa kilani yenu mzima. In fact, two churches tukiuza huko, it can run the economy of Kenya. Ile wenye walijenga. Sasa niambie, halafu mtu anakuambia hizi vitu za huko duniani hazina haja. Na Mungu amekwambia dominate. Mungu amekwambia subdue. Mungu akamwambia amekupatia ng'ombe, wanyama, miti, hizi vitu zote. What could be the problem between you and what God gave you? There is a serious problem. Usidanganywe na wale wa Kikuyu waliimba kawimbo kengine hapa ati jakira kanyumba kule iguru keruru-ini kia muti wa muoyo. Usidanganywe na hawa wa Kikuyu. Huyo ni mtu mwenye hakuelewa. Jakira kanyumba kona ine kuu iguru keruru-ini kia muti wa muoyo. Ndwambe wake kanyumba guku kamburodi wa kiroko iguru. No akorire kula ni kule keruru kia muti wa muoyo. Ulienda huko, nani alienda akarudi akatwambia kule kwena miti handitwo na kwena kiruru? Ndio Mungu akwambie, I have given you dominion over the everything, that you subdue the earth. He never told you to subdue the heavens. Ama alikwambia you subdue the heavens? Your glory is here so that you can be able to come out and enjoy the fruits and the authorities of the kingdom. So I want us to look, we are in this topic of understanding the witchcraft. Today we are looking at the powers of witchcraft. And as we get into the powers of witchcraft, we are getting to subtopic ambayo inaitwa high level spiritual manifestations. High level spiritual evil spirit or witchcraft manifestation in your life. Because this is what that has really caused us to suffer. This is what has that these other people in this world, they are capable of doing things like now. Ile kitu iko popular saizi sana ni hii inakuja out of body experience. Unakuta mtu mmekaa naye lakini anajingoa kutoka from the body. Have you heard that with the young people nowadays? Out of body experience. Ana travel, anaacha body yake hapo, ana travel. Unakuta kamerada tu na kanajisamon kanaenda, alafu katakuja tena the following day ama after some few hours. Unasikia ametravel, ameenda Chicago, ameenda New York, ameenda kila mahali duniani, ameenda mpaka India, amechukua vitu amelete. The other day I was listening to another Muslim akifundisha na mambo ya majini. Na alikuwa anafundisha na majini ni mazuri, na majini ni tool, ni majini ni vitu ambavyo wanavitumia katika kujinufaisha ama kufanya utajiri katika familia. Ati kuna yani majini ni mazuri, ni makusudio ndio mabaya. That is what he was trying to explain. Majini ni mazuri lakini makusudio ndio nini? Ulikusudia nini? Kwa hivyo alikuwa na explain majini ni mazuri ya kwenda kutafutia hela, ya kutafutia utajiri. So these are summoned. Majini is a spirit, demons that are summoned to go and kutafuta pesa. The same thing you can find ukienda kwa mganga. Kwa mganga utapatiwa kitu kahilisi kanini, unaambiwa haka ndio katafanya biashara yako inawiri. Na ukienda ukiweka kwa mlango venye uliambiwa ufuate maagizo mazuri, unaona biashara yako inakuwa. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Na unaona biashara ya neighbor inaanguka, yako inakuwa. So you want to understand what is involved. Today I want us to look at the spirit involved in that act. The spirit that is involved. Because it is the spirit that has power. Spirit is more powerful than the body. Because without the body, without the spirit, the body cannot be called the body. Because you cannot be called a human being. Because God operates in the spirit, and also the devil also operates in what? In the spirit. Both God and the devil, they don't have a body. They use bodies of other people. Even the angels, they don't have bodies. Both demonic angels and the godly angels, they don't have bodies, but they use the spirit in them to operate, to do, to move, and to actualize their plans. So today I want us deeply to get deeper into the spirit involved. Because if we get deeper into the spirit involved, we'll be able to unravel, to understand what is this that has been costing you. What is this that has been a challenge? Because mtu atakuwa Mombasa kwa muganga na atasummon spirit, zitakukuta ukiwa Kakamega, zitakukuta ukiwa Amerika. Maana wengine wamerogwa na watu wao na wako Amerika, lakini wamerogwa na wakarogeka. So ni nini? What transmitted from where urogi ilifanyikia mpaka kule the actual culprit of the entire problem. So what is this that causes this to happen? The transmission, the spirit. The book of Genesis chapter number 1 verse number 1, we start now understanding the spirit. Because if we understand the spirit itself, you'll be able to understand what is really the problem. Because you come to understand this problem has always been with you, and it was something simple for you to have removed it. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. God created what? And yeah, now let me ask you a question. We are on earth. Where does God live? Mungu anakuanga wapi? In heaven, si ndio? God lives in heaven. Is that true? Hello, I'm talking Leon conversation. God lives, we call our heavenly Father. Is that not true? Now let us read together. In the beginning, God created. To stop there. In the beginning, God created. Stop there. Where does God live? And in the beginning, God created heavens. Does it make sense to you? Yeah? Where does God live? In the beginning, God created heaven. But where does God live? So, do we pray the God of everywhere? Do we pray the God of everywhere? The God of, He lives in heaven. But in the beginning, God created heavens. Yeah? Where was He? Where was He when He was creating the heavens? Where was the air? Where was the air? He created. In the beginning, God created the heavens. So God does not live in heaven. God lives somewhere else, not in heaven. Or He was somewhere. Before He forms the heavens, before He forms the earth, He was living somewhere. Is that not true? Therefore, verse number 2. The earth didn't have any shape. Now you are understanding? The earth didn't have any shape and it was empty. Darkness was over the surface of the ocean. At that time, the ocean covered the earth. The Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. So the earth was not there. It was covered by what? By the waters. So this earth was not existing. So what was existing? There is another supernatural place where God lives. God does not live in heaven. He lives somewhere else. And the earth was formless. The surface was covered by the Spirit of God. Hello? The earth, let's read together. Maybe you are not understanding me. Can we read together? Is it in your Bible? Whatever I'm reading here. Yeah. The earth didn't have any shape and it was empty. The earth was what? The earth didn't have any shape and it was empty. So the earth was there. Are we getting our English right? So it was there, it's only that it didn't have any shape. So God came to formulate, to put a shape on everything. God came to make things that were there, they were existing, but He created them in a manner they are understandable. Darkness was over the surface of the ocean. So if darkness was there, the earth was there. Everything that we are seeing today was there. At that time, it was over the surface of the ocean. So even the waters, before everything, even the waters were there because there's an ocean. Things that you are fighting against existed before everything. The spirit you are fighting, the spirit that is speaking in your life, existed before everything else. Before anything else, the Spirit was there. At that time, the ocean covered the earth. The Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. The Spirit of God. So the waters were there. Hello? Did we hear Him created water? The waters were there. Did we hear Him creating the darkness? The darkness was there. Also, another thing that was there, it is the Spirit of God hovering. Verse number 3. God said, let there be light. So already darkness was there, but now God comes and invokes His powers to separate the darkness and the light. He said, let there be light. And there was light. Verse 4. God saw that the light was good. He separated the light from the darkness. So these things were there, but he came to separate them. He came to formalize them. He came to make them a reality. So my topic here, I want to concentrate on the spirit alone, not the water, not anything that was happening, but the spirit. So the spirit that has been tormenting you, because what we discuss here, what we come for, well, God we worship, and everything that we do in our life is spiritual. So if life is spiritual, the spiritualism of life began way before. So whatever you are dealing with, it is much older and much older than anything else, because the spirit was hovering, the spirit of God. Because there was no spirit of the devil. The spirit of the devil emanated much later, when there was war in heavens, when the Lucifer was sent away from heaven. So that is where he came. He tapped some of the spirit and converted for his benefits. So whatever that you are dealing with, kile kitu ambacho tunakishughulikia, tunazungumzia kitu ambacho ni kitu ambacho kilikuwa hata kabla ya binadamu kuwa. Bwana Yesu, because these are first days, man was not there. So whatever unasema unapigana nayo. And that's why in the book of Ephesians the Bible says, we don't war against what? Flesh and blood, but with what? The principalities and powers of darkness. So if there was darkness those days, so these principalities and the powers of darkness also existed. So ukiweza kuzungumzia mambo ya mchawi hakukuja jana. Hapana, wa jana ambao unamjua kwa sababu alianza jana. Huyo ulimjua jana. But the spirit ya uchawi ilikuwepo hata kabla. So we are trying to decode uchawi ni nini na nguvu zake zinafanya kazi namna gani. Kwa hivyo kitu ya kwanza kuelewa, hizi maneno ambazo ziko kiuchawi ni vitu ambavyo havikuanza jana. These things have been there. They have been living with us. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. God saw that the light was good and separated the light from the darkness. Verse 5. God called the light day. He called the darkness night. There was evening and there was morning. It was day one. That was day one. So day one of God's work, it was the affirmation of his authority. Because verse 1 to verse 5 speaks about the authority of God, the God's personality, who he was and what he was. So if you understand the God's personality, who he was and what he was, then you will be able to understand that the spirit of God and the spirit of the devil emanated long time ago. It is only they were diverse. There was day and there was night. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. The night was owned by the people who wanted the night, and the day ikabadilishwa ikakuwa ya watu waliotaka kutembea na mwanga wa Mungu. So God's people were defined from that day. When there was night, watu wa shetani. When there was day, kukasemekana hawa, kwa sababu sisi tunatembea kwa nini? Kwa mwanga. We walk in the lightness. Tunatembea kwenye the light of God. We don't walk in the darkness. We walk in the light of God. So that is the first day where God separated himself from the powers of darkness. And that's now when watu wakagawa, watu wa kutembea kwenye giza wakatembea kwenye giza, na watu wa kutembea kwenye mwanga wakawa watatembea kwenye mwanga. This is now from verse 1 of Genesis to verse number 5, it defines the spirit of God and the power and the authorities of God. Therefore, I want to now to get a little bit deeper for you to be able to understand witchcraft. How is witchcraft transmitted from one person to another person? Witchcraft is transmitted by special forces, the demons. They are demons and they are angels. These things are two different. They are demons and they are what? They are angels. And angels are also in two categories. The demonic angels and also the godly angels. The demonic angels ndio tunazungumzia about the fallen angels. How did they come? After there was misbehavior between Lucifer and God and many things that happened, there came fallen angels. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. And these fallen angels ndio kunasemekana walilala na watu, ama walilala na watu kukazaliwa viumbe vingine ambavyo they were more strong and very powerful. That is now they walizaa nini? The demons. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. So they are demonic, they are foreign angels ambao ni wa kwa shetani. What walizaa nini? The demons. And now you come down, the demons zinakuwa categorized in different types of demons according to the responsibility and according to the work, ile kazi wametumwa wakuje wafanye. They are different. Kuna demons ambazo zinadili with the destinies, kuna demons zinadili na magonjwa, kuna demons zinadili na altars, kuna demons zinadili na kila aina ya kitu ambacho kufanyika kwenye maisha yetu. There is a demon responsible for that. If it is marriage, there are demons that deals with marriages. If it is giving birth, there are demons that deal with giving birth. If it is whatever that's around you, there are demons that are specified for a particular reason. And this is what I want also us to be able to understand, so that we can get deeper to the particular demons, so that we can be able to come out of it. The angel of the Lord Gabriel was sent to Mary and tell Mary that in your stomach, in your womb there is a child, na huyo mtoto atakayezaliwa ni mtoto wa kiroho. So Joseph was told that your wife who is a virgin atazaa mtoto. And then Joseph was very sure, I've never slept with this woman, and but the information here comes, is told what? That there is a baby ambayo utazaa. And then the question is, what kind of a baby is this? This baby that was born was a spiritual baby called Jesus Christ, because the Spirit of God came into the womb of Mary, and there was produced a child called Jesus. So Jesus is not a human being, a normal person. Jesus is a spirit. Are you getting me? Jesus is what? Is a spirit, but in the shape of a human being. The same thing happens to when you find you have a spiritual husband or a spiritual wife. When you have a spiritual husband who comes to sleep with you, and at some point you find you become pregnant in the spirit, in the dream, you already have a pregnancy of a spiritual man. Therefore, that pregnancy is real. That is what you need to understand. That pregnancy is real, only that it is in a spiritual form. So it will go 9 months kawaida ikiwa ndani yako, then utaota kwenye ndoto zako, utaona ukizaa mtoto. Huyo mtoto yupo, utamzaa na utamlea in the spirit. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. So those are also that side, na hao ndio wanaitangwa demonic children. Na ukiingia kwenye line ya Yesu utapata is godly children who have come in the form of a spirit, but in the form of God. And this one have come in the form of a spirit, but in form of a demon. So utakuwa na mtoto in the spirit, in the spiritual. Na wengine huzaa physically watoto. Ulilala na mtu ambaye ni spiritual, lakini ulizaa mtoto ukajipata uko na mimba, na ukazaa mtoto ambaye ni hai. Kama sasa Yesu alizaliwa kitu physical kinaonekana. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Pia hivyo katika ulimwengu wa giza kunazaliwa watoto ambao ni wa kishetani. In the book of Job we describe the sons of what? Hello, the sons of the devil. Who are the sons of the devil? These were born and they came to this world courtesy of the devil. That is why they are called the sons of the devil. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Therefore, as Jesus was born of the spirit, also there are other children who are born of the spirit. Sometimes they call themselves, unakuta mtu anasema mimi am an alien. Have you heard that statement? Kuna watu wanasemekana they are aliens, they are not human being. Now it depends, you are an alien from where? Wewe ulizaliwa. Kuna watu wako na supernatural brains. Kuna watu wako na supernatural capacity and capabilities. Those are spirit born people. They see things not the way you see. They see things differently. They see things they see this world in a different way. Ukiangalia kama mtu kama anaitwa, although ni mzungu, acha tumstumie tu, kama mtu kama Elon Musk, what he's doing is extra. Angalia mtu kama Bill Gates, what he's doing is extraordinary. But look at Bill Gates, what does he do? His intention always is to kill. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. His intention, whatever he's doing every single day, is thinking on how to kill, how to depopulate. Now, who gave him responsibility to bring down the population of the earth? Now they are working on viruses that will cause the population of the world. They are currently planning to eliminate 2 billion people. That is why they have brought vaccines za polio. That's why they have brought vaccines za kila kitu hizi mnaona zote ambazo mkidugwa, they put some proteins in your body, and from there you become weak. And once you become weak, ukidugwa hiyo wale walidugwa hii shindano ya nini ya Pfizer na hiyo ingine zote, ukiwachugusa sana, they are HIV positive. Their immunity was weakened. When your immunity is weakened, you become positive. Not that you did some sex somewhere, that is why you have positive. No, but most of those people are dying. Most of people now are facing challenges in their life. Most of those people have facing clots in their bodies ambazo zinaingia kwa heart, and they are dying. Why? Because it was a programmed agenda to cause people to die, because they want to reduce the population of the world. Why does Bill Gates think that way? Right now amepatiwa barua Kenya a vaccinating ng'ombe zetu zote. Why will he want us to eat GMOs? What is his mission? Because he is a son of the devil. He wants to distort the plan of God. And why is doing this? He wants to, and then he is empowering young men and men to go to become gays and lesbians. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. So that he wants to stop the production that was created by God. The line of God, that is what they were planning to distort. Kuvunja plani ya Mungu yote isikuwepo, ndio watengeneze plani yake. Ukiona saa hizi roboti zinatengenezwa nyingi, hata wamama wametengenezwa maroboti wazuri, hata wanaume wametengenezwa maroboti wazuri. Very soon mwanaume akikusubua, sisi sasa binadamu nikikusubua roda, unaenda kwa duka, unachukua mwanaume unaenda naye kwa nyumba, unanunua nani wako. What does that mean? They have killed the plan of God. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. And that is the main agenda ya kina Bill Gates na watu wake, to make sure. And when they bring GMOs, you die easily. When they are bringing all these vaccines, is to kill you. Because there is a plan, there is an agenda. And this agenda is that which they use. And that is what we call the witchcraft. The spiritual high level witchcrafts that controls the world. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. And this is what I want us to unravel, so that we can be able to understand. And the moment you understand, you will be able to understand there are demons that control this world. There are demons that control the economies. There are demons that control families. There are demons that control farming. There are demons that control everything. There are demons that control your health. All they are programmed according to the programs ambazo wamepatiwa. They act on different platforms. Because the demon that control your destiny, they will not touch you until you touch the destiny. Any demon ambayo inashughulikianga destiny ya mtu, hazita kuguza as long as you are not interfering with your destiny. They will not touch you. They will only rise up when you are about to get into your destiny. Kama uliitwa kama mchungaji, the day utashika microphone uanze kuhubiri, that is how utakutana na vita. Utapigwa vita. Utapigwa mpaka unafukuzwa kanisani, unavurugwa, marriage yako inavunjika, ukienda nyumbani unavurugwa, unaenda hivi unavurugwa, until kila kitu yako imesimama. Ukiachana na hiyo destiny hiyo kulikuwa nataka kufanya, ukirudi kwa baa unakuta wanakutafutia baka kazi nzuri, unakula vizuri na inakuelekeza uwe ukienda kwa baa kukunywa. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Hizo zinadili tu na destiny. Now those are very dangerous demons. Because every time when you leave, kama sasa kuna watu hapa ukitoka kanisani uta drive Range Rover. Ukitoka tu kanisani uta drive Range Rover. Zitakupatia mpaka nyumba mzuri na kazi mzuri utapata. Utaenda mpaka America. But the people ambao utaenda kukutana nao America, utaenda kukutana na gay. Ukirudi hapa ulienda ukiwa mtu ameokoka, ukirudi utarudi ukiwa gay. Utarudi ukiwa lesbian. Utarudi ukiwa kitu ambacho ni garbage, because what they discovered who you are. Wakakutoa kwenye sehemu ambayo ungenawiri, ungekuwa mahali kwenye shamba ambalo lilikuwa linakufanya wewe ukue. Wanakuondoa kwenye shamba hilo, wanakupeleka kwenye shamba lao. They will be dealing with you from there. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. When I now decided now I want to serve God, I want to be with God, nikaokoka. Nilipookoka, kitu ya kwanza which came very easily without my struggle is a green card. I never applied for a green card. Mzungu tu aliniuliza, alikuja akajiambia mimi am a political officer from American Embassy. Ukisikia mzungu yote amekwambia ni political officer from embassy, huyu anakuaga CIA. Sasa wakakuja wananipenda, we admire how you do things, you know, you are such a good leader. Mimi mzungu akaniambia watu wanaidaga hije na green card. Akaleta tu story, nikamuuliza can I get one? Akaniambia oh, do you want? Within 3 days nilikuwa na green card. Na nyinyi mnatafuta hata saa hii najua mmeapply, mnataka kwenda. Acha nikwambie hiyo kitu, achana nayo. From that day maisha yangu ilianza kwenda namna gani? Because within 6 months tulikuwa America. 6 months without any single struggle, but wakati nilifika kule, kwa sababu ilikuwa abrupt thing, I sold everything that I had so that tukue na pesa tuende tukainvest huko. Wewe nilirudi hapa na slippers. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. I came back on slippers. So they wanted to go, I go there, die. They want to go and kill me down there. Unfortunately again, separation ikaingia. I lost my family. Nikarudi na watoto wangu, bibi nikamwacha huko. So these things will happen because they follow your destiny. They follow wherever you are going. They follow whatever you are doing. And in that process, as they follow wherever you are going, they know where to nail you. They know where to hit you. So if you don't understand very well what is the pattern of your life, these people will use it, the pattern you have, they will use it to confuse you, and they know you are going to become a leader. They will not use any other thing. They will use the leadership line. They know you are going to become a businessman, a top businessman. They will use the business line. They know you are going to become a preacher. They will use the preacher line. Because how I became a Mungeke leader, I formed Mungeke and I became a Mungeke leader. And I became so strong. In my 21 years, I was controlling the nation. So you ask, where was I getting these powers from? Where was I getting this energy from? Where was I getting this force that everybody was respecting me? Even the president himself alikuwa ananiogopa. Kwa nini? Because this demon manufactured me and they created me a big thing that everybody was scared of, because they wanted to comfort me in their territory, in their kingdom. So I forget the line that God called me for. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Anything you are given an opposite of it if you're not careful. So when they found out I am coming back, because when I got saved, before that I used to work with the CIAs. I used to work with them as political officers. They used to interview me. If you ukiangalia kwa ile ilikuwa inaitwa WikiLeaks. If you go to the WikiLeaks, I have so many files there about me. They wrote about me and many things. But eventually when I got saved, these people now started coming to me. And I became a darling to them. Why? Because nimeanza kuguza karaini ka kile Mungu amenitia. Nimeanza kuguza karaini ka kuingia kuhubiria watu, kuambia watu hii mambo ni ya shetani na hii mambo ni ya Mungu. Kuambia watu wachana kuiba, wacha kuua, wacha madawa, wacha banki, wacha gayism, wacha lesbianism, because all this belongs to the kingdom. Unfortunately again, nikiwa kwa Mungiki, all these things tuliziona. There's a time I was a Muslim, and nikiwa Muslim nilipelekwa mahali na nilionyeshwa ulimwengu wa giza unakuaga na nini. So all these components, because nilikutana na mtu anaitwa Osama bin Laden na nilifunga baka bomu hapa akinifundisha jinsi ya kukufa kwa sababu ya Mungu. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Na nikagundua huko ndani kuna mambo mengi. Kuna wengine walikuwa ni magay, kuna wengine walikuwa ni lesbian, kuna wengine walikuwa natumia majini. Walipatiwa ranks kulingana na ile kazi walipata. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Huku wakati niliona ni kubaya, mimi nilitoroka na nilitoka kwa Muislamu nikarudi. Niliporudi hapa, nilikuja sasa nikaingia kanisani. Kuingia kanisani ndio nilipata green card. Iniondoe hapa, inipeleke kule Amerika. Niende nikae Amerika nikiwa mtumwa huko, nikifanya kazi zingine huko, nikifanya mambo mengine, ndio nisahau with the calling that God called me with. So these demons are programmed to make sure you don't succeed in your line. They will always give you diversionaries. They will always create something different. They will come, they will manifest to you depending on how powerful you are. If you have an angelic ministry, they will send to you angels of their life, angels of their line to come and manifest themselves to you so that you will not touch your line. You forget about your line. You keep on their line. Are you getting me? So if it is job, you are a businessman, they will create a business for you, but it will not be your business, it will be somebody's business. But when you go, you start working that business, unaona inakuwa na inakuwa mzuri sana. Ukienda kufungua yako inaanguka. Lakini ukirudi ndio uache na akili ya kufungua yako, ukae kwa hii, uendelee kuwa mtumwa. Na the moment unaendelea kuwa mtumwa, watakutumia mpaka wakati wamejua now you are exhausted, you are outside the brackets of your blessing. Now they withdraw you, they drop you. Ndio unaona watu wengi wangekuwa successful kitambo, wamesimamia makampuni very successfully, wamesimamia mabiashara very successfully, lakini wakati walienda kujaribu kazi yao ilianguka. Why? Because the management, hiyo kitu walikuwa na manage hiyo biashara ni biashara yake. Hiyo ndio mwito ambao umeitiwa kuwa na biashara yako, lakini walikudivert wakakupeleka mahali uliajiriwa, ndio that energy ipotelee in that business, ndio upite katika mipito ya time and season. Vitu zote huwa zinakuja in the time and in the season. Nothing comes outside the time, nothing comes out of the season. And numerologies ndizo zinatumikana sana. Kwa hivyo they will make sure when it is your season, God had chosen that he will bless you between your, ukiwa na miaka 30 na miaka 40. They will keep you busy between 30 year na ya 40th. Hiyo ingine kwenda juu, because you are out of season, they will not touch you, they abandon you. Ndio unakuta sasa unaanza kustruggle. Ulikuwa na energy, ulikuwa na nguvu ya kufanya kitu ukiwa at your 30, at your 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, you had much energy and bright ideas and good ideas, but you didn't use it. Energy yako yote ilitumika katika kusaidia watu wengine. Unakuta watu kama 10 hivi unapeana good example. Mimi nilisimamia Safaricom, mimi nilisimamia hii kampuni, mimi ndio nilisimamia hii. Between this year and this year I was a manager here. Na ukiangalia record ya hizo makabuni during your time zilitajirika sana. During your time, that is when they had a breakthrough. During your time, that is when they conquered. But when you came to start your round, inaaguka. Unajaribu kuweka akili zako zote, inakataa. Why? Because the demons ambazo zinakushughulikia, ambazo zilitumwa zishughulikie line yako ya biashara, zilikukamata zikakupeleka kwa nani? Kwa kampuni zingine, unufaishe kampuni zingine, lakini sio wewe unufaike. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Na hiyo sasa ndio tunaita high level witchcraft, because you don't seem to understand. You unaona ni kama, maana Safaricom itakuandika mshahara 1 million. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Safaricom itakupatia gari, Safaricom itakupatia allowances all manner. Utakuta by the end of the month you got like 3 million ambazo ziko kwa account yako hazifanyi kazi. Lakini because of the plenty of the money that is coming, that is how plenty the luxury ambayo uko nayo. Unakuta you have a luxurious life ambao una spend 2 million in a month. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Nyumba unakomboa runda ambao unalipa 500,000 na huwezi nunua plot, lakini every month you pay a rent of 500 million. Na katika hiyo kulipa 500 million unakaa ni party is after party after party, party after party, and every this party unasikia ina spend 1 million. So you be spending because these demons are programmed to make sure you don't become stable, but they will give you comfort so that you will never be able to sit down and question your life. Why am I going through this? Why is this happening? Why is this not working? Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Until such a moment that you will be able to come and detect and decode what they have coded you with, because every demon has a code that codes you with it. Therefore you will not become out. Na ndio unaonanga mambo ya numerology inatumika sana in the kingdom of the devil and in the kingdom of God. The numbers ni kitu powerful sana when you are dealing with God. The numbers ni kitu muhimu sana when you are dealing with the devil, because you see sometimes you say kwa wakati wa safari rally hawakuanga na namba. Safari rally hawakuanga na namba number 13. It was removed. Haiko. Unakuta safari rally car number 1, number 2, number 3, number mpaka top 12 inaruka 14. So you ask yourself, katika ulimwengu huo ni kwa nini, ni nini waliona na number 13? Ukikuja kwa Wagekoyo utakuta number 7. Number 7 Mwagekoyo hapendi number 7 kabisa. Mauga mugwaja muru. They don't. Na alafu wakihesabu they don't complete the number. Yani they don't leave the number. Kama sasa wasichana Wagekoyo walisemekana ni 9, lakini wanasemanga keda moiholu, they fill it with 10. And also Wagekoyo they don't sacrifice in undivided man. Mwezi ambao sio divided by 2, cannot be divided by 2. They don't give their sacrifices. They give their sacrifices in a month that it can be divided by 2. So you understand, in that area, katika maisha hiyo na misingio wanaangazia numerology. Ukikuta kwetu na kulisaga day 2 Mungu alifanya nini? Day 2 Mungu alifanya nini? He separated the light and the darkness. So day number 2 to me, number 2 to a Christian means separation. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Number 7 to a Christian means what? What did God do siku ya 7? Yeah? He rested. So it is a number of completion. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. So to us, numbers are very important. To witchcraft, numbers are very important. So it is very important for you to understand what is the demon that is operating around your life, around you. And this demon, they start with you when you are born. This demon, they start with you when you were in the pregnancy of your mother. This demon starts with you when your mother was created. Because if you look in the book of Jeremiah 1 verse 4, the Bible says, before you were born, God knew you. Before you were born, God knew. And Jesus, the Bible says, before the creation of the earth, Jesus was there. So before Jesus came, he was known, the world knew him. And that is why Jesus was sent as a sacrifice to give a sacrifice on behalf of the earth, because he is older than the earth. Are you getting me? So whatever that is tormenting you, it is not a yesterday demon. It is an old demon that was created before your grandfather was created. That was created before your grandmother was created. That was created before the great grandfathers were created. So that it has been programmed to run through the family. Na ndio tunapata their generational curses. There are forces in the family that operate. These things were created to run through the family, and they keep monitoring, because they will keep monitoring who you are, what you are. They have your own, they have a data for you. They know at this age you have been programmed, this is what you become. At this age, this is what you become. At this position, this is what you become. So the demons also, they have a record of you. They know what you're going to become at your 30. They know what you're going to become at your 40. They know what you're going to become at your 50. So what they have been placed to do is to make sure whatever you are going to become has been put under control. Ndio nakuta look at you and they see a very bright woman. People look at you and they see a very bright man. People look at you and see a very bright person. But in you, you are empty. Because they have removed anything, any systems that can be used. And that is why they steal. They are able to steal your star. In the program of stealing your star, it is meant to make sure they remove the cord. Because every man, every woman has a cord, has a heavenly cord. And that is the cord that dictates your life. Are you getting me now? That's the code that dictates your life. So whatever they will endear to make sure is to remove that cord from you, and then they cord you with their own cord so that they can be able to move. When I was born a leader. I was born a king. I was born something that is not like any other. So the demons were able to know this is not an ordinary boy. Therefore the demon kept moving alongside me. In my 4th, 6th day of my life on this world, nilichomeka hapa. This part of mine, it is my mother's skin that was cut from here, nikawekwa hapa. Niliangushwa kwa maziwa moto, nikachomeka, hii nyama yote ikatoka. Naambiago, kwa sababu kuna picha za x-ray nazionanga, naambiago hizi matumbo yote ilitoka nje. Kutoka hapo kiangalia hapa, ninakuaga nimekatwa, nikiwaya kilinishika, kilikuwa kinataka kunitoa macho. Kutoka hapo niliendelea kuishi maisha ambayo yalikuwa mabaya. Kuna siku niliumwa na ubwa hapa, karibu nikatwa miguu zote mbili, bwana, nilianza kuoza. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Kutoka hapo maisha yangu ilibadilika, nikaanza kuishi, badala ya kuishi na binadamu nilikuwa naishi na maumbwa. I was a darling of dogs. Kijiji yetu mzima nilikuwa naita maumbwa zinanifuata. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Kutoka hapo tukatengeneza kitu inaitwa Mogeke. Mogeke ilitokana na nini? Na kutopigana na Wakalenjin kule Moro. Wale walikuwa wametuletea nyefu. As young as I was, I led a contingent of men, circumcised men, mimi nikiwa kipi, na tukashinda wale. Nikaua ubwa ya Wakalenjin ambayo walikuwa natumia kula kiapo, ikuje watupige. Tukamaliza huko na tukashinda. As young as I was, nikakuwa ordained. Wazee, badala wazee wa kanisa wakuje, wazee wa maumau wakalete ng'ombe na mabusi, wakani-initiate, wakasema huyu mtu alitabiriwa, Mogo wa Keviro amerudi. Na kutoka hapo nikachijua ng'ombe na nikachijua buzi. Kutoka hapo sasa nikakuwa jaba ya rorere. And from there nikatembezwa kwa wazee wote mpaka kwa waganga wa Kikuyu. Wakaenda wakarusha bogo, zikasema ni huyu. Wengine akarusha bogo, nikasema nikapakwa vitu na nikawekwa vitu kwa Mungu. Nikatolewa kwenye plani za Mungu, nikawekwa kwenye plan zingine. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. Nikatolewa kabisa. And from there I became so powerful, so strong. Ati Kenya hii nilikuwa tunakohoa. Nikiwa miaka 20 nilikuwa nakohoa, kila mtu anaitika. Nilimember nikiwa na miaka 21 nilisema hakuna mwanamke Kenya atavaa turosa. Mulivaa? Nimwekelile mvuto? Hamukuvaa. Nilisema mkae kwa nyumba, nisikutane na mama kwa barabara. Hakuna mama alitoka, hata mama yangu alikaa kwa nyumba. Mama yangu mwenyewe hakutoka. Sasa you can imagine. Lakini nikirudi nyuma, angalia, my great grandfather alikuwa mganga mkubwa sana. And my grandfather now ndio alianzisha Maumau, General Waroige. Ukienda pale isi unapata barabara inaitwa nini? General Waroige Street. Hiyo ni Ukayagu. Na yeye ndiye alianzisha Maumau wakiwa na huyu mama. Is the spiritual witchcraft in the system, in the high levels. That thing will be programmed in your life. Whatever you try to do does not work. The people you meet in your life ni watu waganga, ni watu wachawi, ni watu wako demonic, because they have demonic powers around and they will be programmed. Maana kule kwa Mungu wamejua you are programmed, destined to become this. So they will continually work against you to make sure you don't go where you are going. That is why many people are suffering, and you keep wondering, why could this be a problem? Why? I have tried, I've gone to church, I've gone everywhere, nothing is working. What is really happening to me? Nothing much is happening to you. Well, what is happening to you is that you have been decoded. Umekamatwa in the spiritual realm, ulikamatwa. That is why you will never be allowed to meet the right person for you. You will always meet wrong people, wrong demons, the demons that will remove you from the plan of God, because they know who you are. They know what you are. And that is why normally we bring people to the altar. We dedicate our children to the altar of God, so that the altar can keep them to the promise and the plan of God. It is through the altar that all these things will be protected, because there are people that you are born of the spirit, and therefore if you are born of a spirit, like now to say you are born of a demonic spirit, then I marry you. What will happen? Me, I'm born of the Spirit of God. You are born of the spirit of the devil. You will be appearing to me in different forms. Sometimes you'll be appearing to me as a young girl. The other day will be appearing to me as an animal. The other day will be appearing to me as something else. The other day you will keep tormenting me until I die. Because the program is you are sent as a demon to come and live and walk with me, to make sure that whatever plan I have does not succeed. They went through their stomach, through the pregnancy, and they came. And these people, they are with us. Some of us are here, are in churches. Some of us are in families, they are couples. Others are children. Others are in school. Others are all over in the world. They are there. They were born of the demons, but they are existing with the body. Therefore, these people, we are going to marry them. These people, you are going to employ them. These people, you are going to work with them. And these people manifest in different forms. These are person utamwacha kwa kitanda kama mumerara, lakini usiku ashaenda. Asubuhi utakuta mkube mko na mtu hapa, lakini hamukua, alikuachia body akaenda, because he is a spirit. She is a spirit. This can happen to your child. This can happen to your husband. This can happen to your wife. This can happen to your pastor. This can happen to anybody around you. This can happen to. And this is the major problem that we are facing as Christians, because we don't understand the spiritualism. If you go to other churches, the denominations like Buddhism, like Kapila Vastu, like all these, they know how to actualize the spiritualism. Because kana hii kitu inaitwa yoga. Unaona anafanya yoga, that's demonic. Unaona anafanya hivi, anafanya hivi. Ana summon spirits ndio zikuje zimefanyia kile kitu nataka. And this person will appear, anaishi South Africa, anaishi West Africa, lakini atakuja na huyu unamwona body itabaki South Africa, lakini atakuja baka hapa na apie kwangu. Ninamuona ni mtu, but I'm dealing with a spirit. Body iko huko na watu bado wanaona body iko huko. Nitakwambia, I will visit you in the night. Nitakuja, but I will come in a form of a spirit. I'm in America, but I will come to Kenya in a form of a spirit. Na nitakaa kuja, na nitakuja tupange na wewe, na nilale na wewe, na tuzae mtoto na wewe. But it is my spirit ambayo imekufanya hivyo. Bwana Yesu asifiwe sana. So this kind of a power ndio inatumika na magician, ndio inatumika na watu wengi, ndio inatumika na ma-president. Why? There are people that you walk around with. There are people you live with. There are people who are your brothers, your sisters, and they are not human beings. They are spirits. And this thing ndio inafanyika sasa na mambo yanaitwa gayism. Gayism na lesbianism, si ati kuna mtu anakuanga ameplan. Wale wote wameingia kwa gay, wale wote wameingia kwa lesbianism. Ni kupelekwa, wamepelekwa shopping, ni kupelekwa, wamepelekwa kakahawa, ni kuinunuliwa maeneo. All of them ukiwauliza, they have been involved in a glass of wine. And the day alikunywa hiyo glass of wine, akageuka immediately. Alijikuta asubuhi kama amefanyiwa kitu. Na kutoka hapo anaanza kupenda.
Kanisa la Crusaders for Christ chini ya Apostle Ndura Waruinge iliyopo jijini Nairobi wanakukaribisha kwenye ibada mbalimbali. Siku ya Jumatatu ni siku ya maombi hapa kanisani kuanzia mida ya saa 3 asubuhi hadi saa 11 jioni, na siku ya Jumanne imetengwa kwa ajili ya kuonana na Apostle moja kwa moja kuanzia mida ya saa 3 asubuhi hadi saa 11 jioni, na siku ya Jumatano ni siku ya ibada ya ukombozi kuanzia saa 5 asubuhi hadi saa 9 mchana. Siku ya Alhamisi ni siku ya kuonana na Apostle moja kwa moja kuanzia mida ya saa 3 asubuhi hadi saa 11 jioni, na siku ya Ijumaa ni siku ya maombezi hapa kanisani kuanzia saa 3 asubuhi hadi saa 11 jioni. Siku ya Jumamosi kikundi cha ibada na sifa wanakutana kwa ajili ya maombi na maandalizi ya ibada za Jumapili. Siku ya Jumapili ibada ya kwanza inaanza saa 1 asubuhi hadi saa 2 kamili asubuhi, na ibada ya pili inaanza saa 2 kamili hadi saa 4 asubuhi, na ibada ya tatu inaanza saa 4 asubuhi hadi saa 7:30 mchana. Kisha ibada ya ukombozi inaanza saa 9 mchana hadi saa 11 jioni. Vile vile unaweza fuatilia ibada zetu kupitia YouTube channel Bethel Clouds TV, vile vile kwenye ukurasa wetu wa Facebook The Synagogue. Kwa mawasiliano zaidi piga nambari ifuatayo 0722239555 au kwa lugha ya Kiingereza 0722239555. Kumbuka tunapatikana jijini Nairobi, Covey Plaza, Mezzanine Floor, mkabala na kituo cha mabasi cha Easy Coach, Haile Selassie Avenue. Mungu akubariki unapojiandaa kuabudu nasi.